Do you have a favorite episode?
Um, it's very hard when people ask if we have favorite episodes because for us between all the seasons and the two movies, it's like one very long episode to us.
Yeah.
But I definitely have favorite moments, and for the fans, I would have to say Models and Mortals is a big episode
Yeah.
because it has everything. It has fashion and models and famous people left and right and funny and all the messages of the episode about body image and women's empowerment that come from Heidi Klum and Sarah and everything. That to me is a very essential Sex and the City episode. And I think that's where Stanford says fashion roadkill, which
Yes.
became a thing. So it's just that's a very special episode.
Okay.
So.
And if you could be Stanford forever, would you be?
In life or play Stanford forever?
I both.
Well, I would play Stanford forever until I was 90, which is like any minute. But I also Stanford is a really positive person. I don't know where he is now, or like if him and Anthony are still happy or have babies or whatever. But he has a pretty good life. So
Yeah.
both, I guess.
Cool. And do you have any like juicy stories from filming days when you got a bit too drunk on set, or anything like secrets coming out, or?
Well, at the beginning of the show, because no one was watching, and it was a new. HBO was a much smaller network, and we had a lot of nightclub scenes, and I would have a cocktail while we were shooting. We're at the nightclub, and there's liquor there, and also remember we were smoking like crazy. And in those first, I don't know when we stopped.
Was it when it was illegal in
I think the
bars now?
second season, maybe, where we just weren't smoking anymore. But like we used to chain smoke. I mean, I do remember there was one scene I shot with Sarah Jessica, and it was just just the two of us, and where I'm supposed to smoke, and it wasn't a long scene, and with all the different angles and takes, I remember I got sick. Like we shot, and I think I smoked something like 60 cigarettes in 2 hours.
Jeez.
And I thought, I really don't want to do that again. We also, a big issue that I learned very early, because we did a lot of dining scenes. And when you're shooting something where you eat something, the prop people come to you in the morning and they give you the menu of wherever they're getting the food from. And they say, well, pick something that you want to eat. And I learned it was right at the pilot that I learned that you got to pick really carefully because it's a long day of eating that. I remember in the pilot, how crazy is this? It's 20 years since we made the pilot.
Wow.
And I can tell you the first scene, it was the first shot on the first day, was a scene with Sarah and I. And it was pea soup with lobster, which sounded terrific to me once.
Yes.
But after 6 hours, I literally wanted to die. Like that was the most nauseating thing. So I learned after that, pick something like, breadsticks, or something that you can eat forever.
Have you had pea and lobster soup since?
I have not had split pea soup with lobster since. No.
And if someone hasn't watched Sex and the City before, why should they watch it now?
Well, because it's a law.
Yes.
You know what? Because it lives up. The show is outside of all the window dressing of the amazing fashions, and the jokes are hilarious and the outrageous situations. The show is about love, and it will hit everyone, male, female, young, old. It hits everyone right at the heart, which is that it's about human connections and how we all need it, and they're available to us, and how important it is to our lives. That's what the show was always about, was about love. Now, if you can get people to watch it because it has great fashions and great jokes crazy fun episodes, that's great. But that's really what people are responding to. So people who've never seen it will watch it and say, "Oh, I know that they'll get that moment," and they're like, "Oh, I get it. Now I see what the entire world was talking about, for the last 20 years." So.
Well, great. Thank you so much for being here and talking to us.
Well, thanks. I'm excited that Now TV has this great new platform for people to watch all of it all the time. It's great. It's a great thing. So.
It is. And so you can watch Sex and the City season 1 to 6. That's every single episode on Now TV from the 5th of May.